Welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk about the Masters of the Universe Revelations, the Sorceress. So let's get into taking a look at some of the accessories that she comes with, and then we'll get into taking a look at this figure. But before we do, I just want to say the only reason why I'm doing a video on the Sorceress is one, because they actually made one and she's fairly decent, and two, I know this is not part of the new Eternia line, this is part of the Revelations line, but since I never had a Sorceress as a child or even in my collection now, I needed to get one. She was a reasonable price. I got her for a steal, so which therefore I picked her up, and that's why I'm doing this review, so we can take a look at her because she is part of my Masters of the Universe collection. Not that I have any issue with the fact that it's Masterverse or New Eternia. I just think that they're doing great stuff with the New Eternia line, and the Masterverse line, well, you know, not to say it's not great, because as you can see I have one, but yet it would have been really good and really awesome if we would have got a Sorceress in the new Eternia line. Hopefully we will. We'll see in the future. But anyway, let's get into taking a look at her accessories, and then we'll take a look at her. Starting off, she comes with a set of magic hands. And next we have her all justified staff of justice. No, we have her bird staff, which she came with in the vintage toy, and the one that, of course, what she has now. We've seen this staff periodically throughout the show here and there. I don't remember it so much as a kid. Maybe she did in the original, but yeah, it's just cast in white, and then you have the bird perched up on top of the ball. I mean, great detail, but just all white. Very nicely done. Okay, so let's get into talking about the Sorceress. So look, the head sculpt is absolutely amazing. I love the head sculpt that they did on this figure. You know, the Zoar head, the detail in it is beautiful. Her face, gorgeous work. Coming down to the collar, which is a separate piece, beautiful. Love the feather detail that they did, along with the jewel that she has right there, and then leading down to the back of the feathers of the bird, and how they, you know, kind of overlap each other to give it that texture. And I don't want to say texture, but the look of the feathers. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, moving down to her cape here, or her feathers. What's really cool is they actually made it of cloth, which is nice, so it's not that hard plastic. The only problem is when they got to the front here, when they did this, this is soft plastic, but she has no waist detail. Why wouldn't you give her some articulation, I should say, not detail, but waist articulation here? Just because she's a female figure, she doesn't need it. Typical upper torso articulation, I guess. But anyway, the blue's nice. Hands, legs, boots, very well, nicely done. All right, so let's get into taking a look at the articulation. Of course, with her head, because of the fact of the feathers coming down, no up looking whatsoever when it comes to that. Looking down, these also hinder that as well. Turning side to side, it's okay, it works a little bit. And then a little bit of head tilt. As far as upper torso, she can crunch forward that far, she can move back this far, and she can move side to side. It's a shame that they did not put a waist articulation in here, because just because she doesn't get into tons of dynamic poses doesn't mean that you don't want to pose out your Sorceress however you want. I thought it was cool that they put these elastic straps on here for her wings. The only thing is that this set of wings hinders the arms from moving out, so you can actually open up her cape. I mean, you can get them there. Takes a little bit of doing, but there you go. And that's as far as it's gonna go. And then in the back, I have to put a little water on this to get this to lay down a little bit. But otherwise, I mean, I like it. It's nice. She's gonna sit on the shelf, probably just holding her staff anyway. She has a bicep swivel. She has double jointed arms, which even with the strap on there, you just want to be careful because it can hinder it a little bit. So mine's a little stiff right here. They're always stiff. I always got to give these guys somewhat of a hot bath to get them to loosen up. But like I said, she's not going to be in any dynamic poses anyway from when I put her on the shelf. She's just going to kind of sit there a little bit. Then her wrist swivel, her hands move side to side, and then of course the leg articulation. Now you have all this leg articulation down here. Her leg only moves that far forward because this is hindering it big time. She has the upper thigh swivel up here, as you just heard that pop, because it's, like I said, everything's stiff. She has double jointed knees, but yet this gets in the way right here. So, you know, it's and always stiff. Look at that, always stiff. So that's why I put my hands behind it, because I don't want it to break. But look how that bunches up back there. So it's kind of no waist, but yet. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that if you do make one in the new Eternia line, hopefully she'll have some better articulation. This may be made of cloth. You know, give her, you know, this could be hard plastic here as far as, you know, giving her that waist articulation, but then from here down, make it cloth so she can actually have the articulation in the legs. That's all I'm saying. If you're listening to Mattel, that's just an idea. She has a boot swivel, and then of course her ankle articulation, her foot can move forward, move back, and then ankle rocker. So, of all in all, is she a great figure to have on your shelf? Yes. If you can get her for a not full price, which wasn't really expensive to begin with because she was only like 20 something, but yet I got her for less than that. So if you can get her for a reasonable price, by all means do so. Now her hands, they do unpeg. I just knocked the whole camera down. Her hands do peg out, and then they go in, so you can have her with her sorceress hands out doing her sorceress thing that she does. Don't mean to sound whatever, there's just not much really to say on this figure as far as when it comes to things. Like I said, it's going to be a great addition to my shelf to have. It's just not going to be, there's just a whole lot of articulation, a whole lot of missed opportunity, I think, with this figure, because, you know, she's a loved character in this line, and I think people would have enjoyed the fact if she had just a little bit better articulation with it. So I'm not knocking it, I'm just saying hopefully there'll be room for improvement. Now this does bunch up here, as you can see, so you want to kind of leave her hands out. I'm having a bit of an issue with it, this moaning, a bit of an issue. Anyway, I'm so sorry, but yeah, I mean, I guess you can have her with her hands. I'm not really getting a good pose with the hands, so I'm going to leave her probably just like this. I mean, you know, you can have her staff in one hand. She can cradle it in the other like this. Doesn't mean that she has to stand there with it just whatever. You can, I mean, if you want to have her hold it like this, you can. There's nothing wrong with that. Like she's getting ready to give someone a good old blast. Anyway. Let me get her situated around, and let's get into taking a good look at some of the some review comparisons with some of the other figures that are from the new Eternia line, and then we'll end this review. And here's how the Sorceress compares to Man-E Faces. And here's how the Sorceress compares to the Masters of the Universe New Eternia Clawful. Here is how the Sorceress compares to the Masters of the Universe New Eternia Ram Man. Here's how the Sorceress compares to the Masters of the Universe New Eternia Faker. Now, looking at this figure of the Sorceress with these other characters that are newer than she is, all right, and they've had some new changes done to them, whatever the case, she still fits in the line wonderfully. I'm not saying that she's not a great looking figure. I'm just saying that she's hindered in a lot of spots, which could be rectified. And maybe they will. Maybe they won't. And if they don't, then this is going to be the Sorceress that will stay on my shelf forever and ever. If they do, I will pick her up and hopefully she'll have some better articulation on her, and yeah, and she'll be redone. I don't know. I'm not knocking Mattel for that, so please don't take it as that. I'm just saying to the fact that you've managed to do better things with 4 figures I have here, newer compared to what you had done before. But she fits in the line great. She looks great, as you can see. Pick her up, especially if you can get her for a reasonable price like I did. Definitely pick her up. It will be well worth it. Okay, so in conclusion, I just want to be clear. In my opinion, do I think that they could have done a lot better with this figure? Yes. Do I think that when they made her, they were still kind of coming out with newer ways to make the figures better? Yes, that's my opinion. Is she a great looking figure? Yes, she is. Is she worth paying full price for? Well, I didn't. I got her for a cheaper price, so which therefore, to me, she was well worth picking up at a less price. So that's just me. You guys might think otherwise. I'm not sitting here trashing Motu. I love Motu, as you guys can see. I just think that we deserve a better Sorceress, one that maybe has better head movement, has a waist swivel, you know, just certain little tweaks here and there that can make her a little bit better. You know, get her to where her maybe these flip up a little bit so her, you know, you can actually get her in those wizard type poses. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not knocking it. I like the figure. I just think there could be a little here's and there's that could be tweaked to make the figure better. That's just my opinion. Anyway, enough of that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Sorceress from Masters of the Universe Revelations. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below, and always hit that notification bell so you never miss out on anything that I'm putting up new. And yeah, thank you. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to the old subscribers. Thank you to the subscribers that have been here since day one supporting this channel. Without you guys, I couldn't be doing this. Thank you. Thank you so much. Even the ones that were here for a little bit and left, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to watch these videos. Thank you for taking the time to put comments like I ask. I mean, I love it. I always respond to all of them. Even if they are negative, I still respond to them. Because like I said, without you guys, I couldn't be doing this. So with that being said, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all of you guys. I hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend and a safe one. And I'll catch you all on the flippity flip.